Hello and welcome to Flair Bartending 101, brought to you by Professional Bartending School. I'm your instructor, Arnie B, and my assistant, Little D. Today we'll be teaching you working flair. Flair is a practice of bartenders entertaining guests. Flair is a showmanship added to bartending that enhances their overall experience. Now, there are two types of flair. Exhibition flair, which is a competition-oriented style flair where greater risks are being involved. Whereas working flair is a much more commonly used flair, and you can perform these tricks almost effortlessly behind any bar. Working flair is a much more commonly used flair, focuses more on delivering drinks to guests while still ensuring visual entertainment. Working flair and exhibition flair are both similar on the grounds that they both require precision and practice. In this video, I will teach you many of tricks using most of your bar tools, including shaker tins, bottle openers, fruits and garnishes, napkins, ice scoops, and of course, bottles. With a little bit of practice, you will be able to perform these tricks behind any bar with zero to little risk involved. This is what we call working flair, your first step into becoming a flair bartender. Rule number one, never practice at work. Chances are, you're gonna drop something. As soon as you drop something, customers, they're gonna laugh. They're gonna pick you out to be an easy target. Free drinks on the house, ha ha ha. Next thing you know, you kind of bring yourself down. Your boss comes around, he sees you're dropping things, he's gonna stop you right away. And next thing you know, you can't flip anything at work. So rule number one, never practice at work. Rule number two, perform only the tricks you know very well. Even if it's the same trick over and over again, as long as you perfected it, it's gonna look like you know what you're doing. As soon as you start doing something out of the ordinary, maybe turning your single flip into a double flip, and you drop it, once again, you're practicing at work. So only perfect and do the tricks that you know how to do very well. Rule number three, alcohol spillage is unacceptable. Think of it as liquid money. As soon as you start spilling all over the bar, customers say, alcohol abuse, your boss sees you spilling, he's probably gonna pull you away from the bar. That's the last thing you wanna do is get away from the bar. You've took so much time to get behind a bar. And if you haven't been behind a bar yet, this is a great opportunity to help you on your road to becoming a great bartender. Rule number four is have more fun than everyone. It's important that you have a great time, provide that great guest atmosphere. You know, people don't come to the bar to dwell or see the bartender in a bad mood. You know, people come to normally drink spirits and have a great time. It's very important that you have more fun than everyone. I like to think of it as fun being contagious, maybe even be goofy with your guests. It gives them that opportunity to really open up to you and, you know, kind of have that bartender guest atmosphere and that little connection where they're gonna start talking. And once you start talking with the guest, you can start developing your regulars and have a really good time with them. Eventually, before you know it, you'll have a full bar of people that wanna hang out with you because you're a fun bartender. Rule number five is if you drop something, laugh and play it off. Never get mad. Chances are you are gonna drop something. If you get mad, then you're probably gonna provide that atmosphere where the guests are gonna feel that little bit of tension. You're gonna be mad at them. When another way you can do is simply play it off, you know? If I drop a bottle, I might say, oh my gosh, did you guys feel that earthquake? Or, you know, that breeze of wind, woo, that was too much. Or simply, you know, bad bottle, you know, sorry sir, won't be bothering you anymore, I took care of him. Things like that definitely deflect all the attention off you and you can have a good time with it, providing that atmosphere that is enjoyable to be in. Some fundamentals to kind of help you out. First one is body position. Not only that, you want to be able to be flexible with your body. Be kind of loosey-goosey, you know, just being able to ready to move on reaction and have that reaction time that you need. Angles, very important. If you're a right-handed bartender, then you probably, for most of these tricks, want to keep your right foot in front of your left. For example, if I wanted to bring this behind my back, I can simply throw it behind my back and rotate my shoulders so it makes it nice and tight. Bam, you know, nice and easy. If I had my left foot in front, it makes me really have to work to get that. So footing positioning is very important. The fact that I can turn, rotate my shoulders and just make it hit, definitely gonna help the wow factor. Angles. Angles are extremely important. Sometimes you have a bar with just a few people, sometimes you have a bar full of a couple rows, and sometimes you have a never-ending line and you got people way in the back. Sometimes you might want to just do a nice little single flip just to kind of provide that nice little tightness for the front group. But if you have other groups, you might want to go higher and start doing some double flips. And if you want to attract even more attention, you know, really throw it up in the air and really get higher with it to give it that effect. Height really provides a great effect. Now, you don't have to do more rotations to get higher. You can still go high and single rotations and still have the same effect. Just know that height definitely makes a big effect. Speed. Now, you don't have to slow down to perform Flair. In fact, it should speed you up. At the same time I can make a rum and coke, I could probably do a great amount of Flair and make the rum and coke exactly the same time with Flair added. Could be the difference between $1 tip to a $3 tip. Let me show you. One way to do a rum and coke. Or I can make a rum and coke and have a really good time with it. For example. You see? And I didn't have to slow down. Choose your moments. You don't always have to perform bar Flair with every cocktail. People sometimes just come to the bar simply wanting to drink. And if you have 12 people waiting for cocktails, you probably don't want to do a full sequence of bottle flipping. People are going to simply complain, I just wanted a cocktail. It's important that you choose your moments and know when to execute your Flair for maximum effect.